start with the first chapter of history, that is what, where, how and when. As the name suggests, the very first thing that comes into our mind is, what is history? History is the study of past events arranged chronologically. Chronology means when the past events are arranged in order of time, that is, events that happened first are followed by the events that happened later, is known as chronology. Chronology means order of time, or it can be referred to as timeline or sequence of events. When you look closely at the word history, you will find the word story hidden in it. Well, we can say that history is the story of people of earlier times. And the word history originates from the Greek word historia, which means learning or knowing by inquiry. In simple words, we can say that history helps us find answers to the historical questions through the study of written documents and oral accounts. Let us talk about time frame in history. The time frame in history is divided into 3 time periods, that is prehistory, proto-history and history. Let us learn what exactly is prehistory. Prehistory or prehistoric time is the time period when no written records were available, because during that time there was no written or spoken language. The early man did not know how to read or write. Historians draw conclusions about this period by studying drawings, paintings, carvings and other artifacts. Some information can be recovered even in the absence of written documents. Thus we can say that prehistory or prehistoric time is the recovery of knowledge of past era when no written records existed. Now let's move on to proto-history. Proto-history has not been defined clearly and it differs from country to country. But generally it has been accepted that proto-history or proto-historic time period is the period when very few written records were available. Indus Valley Civilization is the example of proto-historic period. And history is the time period when written records were available in plenty. Let us understand what is archaeology. The study of available material remains of past human existence is called archaeology. The historians and archaeologists draw conclusions about the past by studying these remains. These remains lie buried in the ground and the archaeologists excavate or dig them out to discover the things of the past. Thus we can say that archaeologists are more like detectives who draw conclusions from clues and evidences. In history, direct evidences are called the archaeological sources. In other words, it can also be said that the concrete objects from the past which have survived till the present are known as archaeological sources of history. There are 4 types of archaeological sources, that is, artifacts, inscriptions, monuments, literary sources, which are again divided into religious and secular. Let us understand what are artifacts. Articles such as tools, weapons, ornaments, jewelry, coins, toys, small sculptures, pots, pans, etc., made and used by man are called artifacts. Articles of daily use are known as artifacts. Among the artifacts, coins are of special interest to a historian. By studying a coin, scholars can gather information about the ruler who issued it, the period of his reign, and some of the social and economic conditions of his time. Inscriptions are the writings carved or engraved on rocks, pillars, clay tablets, metal plates, walls of the houses, tombs, temples, and so on. Inscriptions give a lot of information, such as names of kings, dates of important events, and information about the languages in use and the literary skills of the time. Let us understand what are manuscripts. Manuscripts are handwritten documents. These were written on materials such as palm leaves and bhojpatra, that is the bark of the birch tree. Due to the fragile nature, several manuscripts got destroyed. The written documents that have survived have helped us to know about the past. Buildings of historical importance are called monuments, such as temples, forts, palaces, stupas, monasteries, and other historical structures. The study of old monuments provides valuable information about the time period in which they were built, the artistic skills of the time, and the religion promoted by the builders, and so on. The Ashokan pillars, the Sanchi Stupa, the university at Nalanda, and the Shore temple at Mamallapuram are some of the examples of the Indian monuments of the ancient period. The Sanchi Stupa was built in 200 BC, and Shore temple at Mamallapuram was built in 700 AD. The literary sources are of two types, religious and secular. Writings which deal with religion are called religious literature. The Vedas of the Hindus, the Ramayana and Mahabharata, the Pitakas of the Buddhists, and the Angas of the Jains are some of the examples of the Indian works of religious literature. Writings which are not religious are called secular literature. These include stories, poems, plays, books on politics and science, even the accounts of foreign travelers come under secular literature. The Arthashastra by Kautilya, the Indica by Megasthenes, the plays and poems by Kalidasa, and Sangam literature are some of the examples of secular literature written during the ancient period. Kautilya is none other than Chanakya or Vishnugupta, who helped Chandragupta establish Mauryan dynasty in 321 BC. We will learn about Kautilya and Megasthenes in our later chapters. Literary sources tell us a lot about the religious beliefs, the political practices and social norms of the past era. Dates in history are expressed in BC and AD. BC is an abbreviation of before Christ, and AD is an abbreviation of Anno Domini, which means in the year of the Lord. But nowadays, most of the historians use BCE instead of BC and CE instead of AD. BCE stands for Before Common Era, and CE stands for Common Era. The years expressed in BCE are counted backwards. Now let us understand how to calculate dates. To find out the time period between two dates, that is in BCE and CE, you just have to subtract the smaller date from the bigger one. For example, 500 BCE to 200 BCE is a period of 300 years. Similarly, 200 CE to 500 CE is also a period of 300 years. To calculate the time period between two dates, when one date is in BCE and the other is in CE, you just have to add the two dates. For example, 500 BCE to 200 CE is a period of 700 years. I hope you have understood how to calculate dates in history. I will come up with my next video soon. Till then, take care. Bye for now.